Oracle as such provides you with the built-in functions. So these built-in functions can be effectively used in the SQL statements, particularly while retrieving. You might use it if towards a particular functionality. So case conversions are there, like lower, upper, init cat, and then character manipulation. You can concatenate a particular in a string. You want to concatenate a particular, say for example, it's a long word. You want to concatenate a part of it, or you want to join. Concatenate is, of course, it is join two strings. Substring is you want to pull out only a specific part of a character. Say for example, the word is something like London, and you want to pull out only the first three characters. Then you use substring, and then there is also length, the total length. So all these are there. So based on the need, you might use all these functions. So we'll see that with an example. So for example, if SQL course lower will be, all of them will be lower, returns the lower, and SQL course all of them will be upper. Init cap, if you look at it, the first letter, the first one initially, the first one or the first character will be upper. That's where init cap is used. So we'll see that as a demo. So we saw this. Upper should retrieve all the data in upper character. Again, one interesting functionality is with Oracle is they have from dual. It's a kind of a temporary table. It doesn't, you'll not be able to insert into this table, but you can just reference it just for the purpose of it, to ensure that the select statement is appropriately syntaxed, instead of going and retrieving a data in the table. So in this case, this is supposed to provide the desired functionality. The SQL course will become all upper. From dual is what is a temporary table, as I said. So you have all in uppercase. Suppose if you have it in all, you want it in lowercase, all of them, you can still use that dual. So from dual, so it will retrieve all of them as in the smaller character. So that is about the character functionality. Let's now look at how you can use this case sensitive functionalities. So I just retrieved last name as Higgins. So there is an employee by name Higgins, and so I'm using that in the var class, just trying to find out what department, employee ID and all. When I execute this query, it doesn't return any value at all, even though we saw that Higgins was there. Higgins is there, but still this query is not returning any value at all. So why does it happens? Any thoughts? The reason is it's trying to match with Higgins. If you look at the value stored in the database, it's actually the first one is high. It's caps lock. It's in capital letter, whereas here all of them I've given in small letters. So that's where you need to make it all lower. Once you make it all lower, then let's see whether it works. Yeah, it works. So when you make it all lower, whatever the value you are feeding and whatever the value you are going to feed in the var class, you are making it into all lower. So that way it matches. Otherwise, if you remove this lower part, it doesn't match, because the actual value is, initial value is only H is in capital, and it's being case sensitive, it doesn't match, and you don't have any rows returned. But when you use this functionality as lower, then it returns the value. So that's where it plays a critical role to use these functions, the lower or upper, based on what is the value to be stored, or whatever. When you want to compare the values which is already stored, then you might need to use all these functionality, case sensitive functionality. Thank you. Let's look at the character manipulation functions. If you look at, I discussed earlier. Now with the example, concatenate of hello plus world, or I mean hello world, the result should be this one. You can always practice this with the dual. Select concat of hello comma world. From dual, this will be the result. Substring hello world 1 comma 5. This means it will start from left from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you get hello there 1 comma 5. If it is 1 comma 6, you will have W also added to it. 1 comma 7 will be WO and so on. Length it will be like totally it will be 10 characters. So that's where you have hello world is 10 characters. So the length of that particular word hello world is 10, and in string it finds out the position. So W is what we are trying to find. The position, it is 6. This one, these two, I would recommend, last name, you could have something to try out. You could have something like a name itself, say for example London or New York. That means it will be padded up, left padded up on the left side, and the other one is right padded up. So we'll see that in the demonstration. So if you look at this one in string, it should give you at what position it is. This is 6. Left pad is on the left side. You will get this ampersand signal or the dash signal, and then right padded up, you will have stars on the right side. Supposed to have it on the right side for a size of 12. You'll have London plus the 6 plus 6. You have 12. So that is where you might use it either in your SQLs depending on the need. So that's about the character manipulation function. These are built-in, as I said, these are built-in functions within Oracle, which you can use it as part of the query, or even in your programming language, something like Oracle has its own programming language like PL SQL. Thank you. So in the character manipulation, you can also have nesting functions. The nesting function, in the sense, a result of the inner nest in the sense whatever is the result of this one, the innermost one, because we have the parenthesis, is fed into the next nest, next one, or the next level. So first it gives a substring of last name. 1 to 5 is what is going to fetch. From a department ID 60, it is going to retrieve. That is 1 to 5, it is going to, only that character it is going to retrieve. Suppose if it is something like Richards, the first 5 character RICHA, only Richa is going to get stripped off or pulled and then concatenated with the US, and then it is going to make it as upward finally. So this is kind of a nesting function you can always use in the query. So let's execute and see what happens. So it has initially it has pulled out 5 of Hunol. Hunol is stripped out, and then underscore US is what, all on upper. Suppose if you make it 7, the result will definitely going to vary. So it varies. So this is the nesting functions in the character manipulation, quite useful when you build up long queries as well. There are other useful functions like numeric, like where you want to have a value rounded off to a specified decimal, or truncated values to a specified decimal. Returns the smallest number of the greatest than or equal to a specified number, ideally 2.83. Smallest whole number greater than, so 2 points, since 2.83, because it is needs to be CL, is something like think about a ceiling, so it has to be higher. Floor is at the lower level, so it returns 2. CL is ceiling and 2 is floor. Returns the remainder, whatever is the remainder part alone, because 1500 is what is exactly, and you have a remainder of 100, so that returns balance 100. So there are numeric functions also which could be used in the SQLs, and then you also have the date functions. It is something like add months. You will add, since you are in Jan, it will add 1 month, months between, it will give you the months in between them. Next day provides you with the next day, which is a Friday, provides you with the which is supposed to be next Friday, will give you the value. Last date is 28th Feb. You can always try all these functions, and as I said, yeah, you can use them in queries, you can use them in the native SQL programming languages like PL SQL as well. Thank you. Stay tuned.